Sup? What is going on, my party people? So in today's video, we're going to break down what I carry and why. To the right, you see a Rock Island Armory 1911, and to the left, you see a Glock Gen 3 with a couple aftermarket goodies on it. We're going to break down both a little bit. It's not going to be a review video. It's going to be a philosophy of use video, and it should be pretty simple. So let's just hop right into it. So believe it or not, this is my daily carry. It is a Rock Island Armory 1911. It's the GI model. It's not really quite an A1. It's not really quite a 1911, but that's all semantics. We're going to talk about why I carry this, usually on a daily basis, and how I do so. So, Rock Island Armory 1911, not the best 1911. Are there better options out there like Colt and all that fun stuff? Yeah, absolutely. But for the price this thing costs and how reliable it's been for me, it really can't be beat. I put a lot of shots through it, a lot of rounds, a lot of practice. It's got a Series 70 trigger, so it's decent trigger. But that also means it does not have the safety block. So your mileage may vary with that, how you feel about 1911s and their light trigger pulls and all that stuff. But I trust it, I carry it, and here's why. This pistol came factory with an 8-shot magazine. I have other magazines too, but this one's worked well. No malfunctions, no issues. The only time I've had a problem is with old, worn out 8-shot magazines, believe it or not. But Wilson Combat mags have been great. Factory Colt mags have been great. A couple surplus GI magazines I have that are probably older than time itself have also worked great. But here's why I carry this on the regular. I live in a pretty rural, small town. I don't really live in the hustle bustle life anymore. I'm over that. But this pistol is comfortable to carry. As you can see, it's pretty thin. So, single stock magazine life. Is capacity a good thing? Of course, I wouldn't say it isn't. But for what I'm doing and what I do on the daily basis, just carrying around when I go get groceries or get gas or something, this is what I carry. It's simple, no BS, no frills, no flair. You know, I'm a pretty simple guy and live a pretty boring life. I do carry it cocked and locked with the safety on. I'm not worried about it going off in that matter. And sometimes I also carry it with the safety down on a loaded chamber, or excuse me, the hammer down on a loaded chamber in condition. I believe this condition did 2. I practice on the range. I practice the draw stroke to pull the hammer back, but different things for different applications, right? At the gas station where people get targeted at the pump, you best believe I have it just like that in my holster. When I'm just driving around, if I'm not going to really stop anywhere, I will carry it just like this. One in the chamber, hammer down, and on the draw stroke comes out, hammer goes back. I can't do it from this angle, but that's how it would be. Holding at a weird angle right now, but that's part of the draw stroke when I carry it hammer down. So when I'm walking around and it's actually on my hip and it's being carried and I'm moving, it's hammer back, safety on, one on the pipe. If I don't plan on getting out of the vehicle and I'm just going somewhere, like to visit a friend or something, it'll be hammered down like that. So it's a comfortable pistol to carry. It's slim. 8 shots of the Lord's caliber is generally enough to stop pretty much any threat you could imagine being against for usually everyday use. But let's get into the Glock, and this one's a little bit more different. So this is my Glock 17. It's a regular Gen 3. Nothing special. I just have a couple of aftermarket parts on it to make it a little more, pleasant to shoot and all that stuff. But here's why I carry this in a different context. So I travel a lot. I have a pistol permit, a lot of reciprocity. I go a lot of places, sometimes 10 plus hours away from home. And this is kind of like my truck gun. I know a lot of guys have, they carry a truck rifle or a truck shotgun and all that stuff. And I get it. I really do. Or an AR pistol or something, whatever. I don't really see that as practical. Here's why. When you're going across state lines and stuff, states have different laws. You can carry one in the chamber on those things. Some you can't. You got to have it locked in your trunk. Got to have it here, there. There's a whole bunch of different laws. With a pistol, you can pretty much carry it if you have the credentials to do so, which I don't agree with, that it's unconstitutional to require permits and stuff like that. I disagree with those, but that's the system we live in. We have to go by it. But since I travel long distance, something like this is what I carry when I'm on those long trips. I carry the Glock 17 with a magazine in it, of course. I have the plate carrier. I need to get new plates. Uncle Sam had to take his back, but I carry the plate carrier with 2 extra magazines, 17 rounds each in there. I carry a bag with some extra medical supplies, and I carry actually this case that it came in there as well. And in there I have some extra stuff and a couple extra magazines and a 33 round stick, as you can see. The reason I do that is because while the 1911 is for getting me home after I'm just around, I may have to get out, maybe if something's going down, walk home a few miles. It's not a big deal. This pistol is for if I'm far from home and I'm trying to get back, and there could be a natural disaster, there could be some peaceful protests I have to drive through. And let's face it, the 1911, as good as it is, you're very limited on ammo. You have 7 8-shot magazines, maybe you have 2 or 3 of them. You know, this one magazine holds 17 from the factory. And of course you have the 30 round sticks and all that. You know, this is my truck gun. This is what I carry. It's a totally different context for me. This is the get home gun from far away. The 1911 is the protect yourself gun from, you know, the mugger at the gas station. This is the, oh shit, shit's going down, I need to get home safely. And the reason I choose the Glock is because, well, the 1911, it's been reliable for me. There's really been no issues, and I do maintain my guns. I don't think there's anybody that would contest me on the fact that Glock is one of the most reliable handguns ever made. You know, I just wipe out the heavy carbon. I give it a very light coat of oil. That's really all this gun needs. The 1911 too has been reliable, but it doesn't have it nowhere near the capacity. And it's, truthfully, 1911s are not as reliable as Glocks. And that's a hill I claim and a hill that I'm willing to die on, because it's just, you know, do I believe the whole thing, a 1911 that works reliably is just as rare as a Glock that doesn't? Not necessarily. But the 1911 has more moving parts, more small finicky parts, like the swinging link in there. Those links crack, they stretch, and once they go, they go. You need to refit your barrel and all that stuff. With the Glock, it's just drag and drop parts. I think that's really the main selling point for the Glock for me. And reliability is something I really enjoy, I really like, and I do like the capacity. But this kit right here, the plate carrier, the extra magazines and all that, this is the Get Me Home Safe kit from, you know, long distance. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. But it's 2 great guns, but they're 2 different philosophies for me. There are some guys that carry Glock. That's great, that's fine. But to me, they're a little uncomfortable to carry on the regular. You know, they're boxy, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the nature of the beast. And, you know, comfort makes carrying more pleasant. So yeah, it's 2 different pistols for 2 different philosophies. Glock gets me home from long distance. 1911 gets me home from down the street. So drop your comments, let me know what you think. What do you guys carry? Or what do you think about mine? Not that it really matters. We all live different lives, different strokes for different folks. I live a pretty boring life. I like it that way. So, there it is. Go forth, do great things, stay out of trouble. Deuces.